Welcome back to the channel. I'm Rob. This is the Movie Draft Show, the best damn movie draft show on the bloody internet. The boys are back. Walkden Entertainment. We've got Peter. We've got Adsey. What's going on, boys?
Not much, mate. Good to be here.
I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to this. New Zealand, Australia, the best movies that are set in the countries. I'm going to struggle a little bit with the New Zealand ones, but hopefully I can get a couple of New Zealand ones on my plate.
You got this.
We'll see. We'll see. Let's say g'day. I'm breaking up. Let's say g'day to Grandpa. Grandpa.
I lost interest when you said, welcome, everyone. Fuck off.
Short and sweet, just like Grandma.
Short and sweet, like Grandpa.
Rob goes, crack me.
No, Grandma's short and sweet. We haven't seen Grandma yet. But she's
we haven't
short
seen
and
Grandma
sweet.
yet.
No, we haven't seen Grandma yet.
He's mentioned her. He's going to do his own reviews soon. Let's check the rules up. The rules are spin the wheel for the deal. See who gets first pick, who can pick the best box set. Viewers will vote best box set in the poll in the community section on YouTube, and then we'll find out who the damn winner is. Let's spin this wheel because this wheel is making it all jerky, I think. Let's just make sure Adsey gets the middle. Let's make sure Adsey gets the middle.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm down for that.
Adsey's going to get his first pick ever.
Yay!
You're kidding me. History has been made here.
History is made.
Time,
oh no,
Adsey.
I don't want Adsey having first pick. Fuck that. What episode are we up to?
Am
I
I
don't know.
middle?
Pete's in the
No.
Petey.
I got you right. I've got you guys right where I want you. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I am
This
last.
is it.
There we go.
Wow, this looks
This
weird.
is.
Wow. This is what it feels like.
Yeah. Well, I don't even. Yeah,
Top
Adsey.
bunk for Adsey.
Yeah, this is a first for you. Well, make your first pick count, mate.
Good luck.
Yeah, well, I think Rob knows it. It's my favourite Australian film of all time. I have to pick it. And it's a little indie flick called Chopper. And I mean, for me, this is the most all-out Australian film ever made, and just it's fantastic. Yeah, I got it right here as well. And it's Eric Bana's performance is the film. You know, like he is. It's a one of a kind performance. You know, I haven't really seen anything like it ever since. You know, his personality is scary. It's funny. Sometimes he's enticing. You know, sometimes he's quite lovable. But he's just got that throughout his performance. He's got that don't fuck with him sort of persona, and the script is fantastic. And the side characters, you know, Neville Bartos, Vince Colosimo, Kate Beaton is his missus in it, and David Field as Keithy George, and it's just fantastic. It's not for kids, so but I mean, you could probably see it when you're 16. You know, I know it's R-rated, but it's a kind of a soft R. But it's just more. It's more for us. It's more for us adults. But I mean, it's just fantastic. And I watched this again on the weekend, and there isn't one thing in this film that I would change. I think it's absolutely mesmerizing and phenomenal, and phenomenal filmmaking. Yeah. And it's my favorite Australian film ever made.
And who would have thought Eric Bana would have done such a great job?
I know.
Doing, Full Frontal and all these ridiculous gaggy things. And then suddenly he's like, by the way, I can actually act in dramas.
Yep.
And I can really make your jaw drop. Very quotable film. Here, there's no cash.
Cash, no.
It's such a great film.
When I watched this again the other day, I just thought of something while I was watching it. This is like an A24 film before A24 with the colours.
Yeah.
the colours,
Yeah.
the way not the way they did a lot of their friggin' shitty movies, but I'm talking about the way they did the colours are always like A24 style. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, very very different and clever. And they did it before A24. Fuck yous. So yeah.
Well, there's lots of greens and
Australian
reds. They're the predominant colours in the film for me. It's just lots of greens and reds, and it just looks stunning. It's a stunning looking film as well. You know,
Yep.
the cinematography is out of this world, and it's just I could do a whole show about Chopper. I'm not going to.
yeah.
But
Bloody good.
It's so good.
Bloody good pick. And Adsey's first pick was Australian. So we got one Australian movie on the board. Pete, what is your first pick?
This one, I got a funny feeling that Adsey might pick this one too, but then I think Rob might pick it. So maybe it's going to be a Mad Rob kind of situation. But, you know, I'm going to take, so to clarify, look, I sat on Mad Max 1, but let's go Mad Max, let's say Fury Road. I think that's
beautiful.
The bigger film.
Beautiful.
But, you know, in theory, the more Australian's probably the first one because it was so iconic when it first came out. So I'm going to say Fury Road, but bear that in mind, all right? But this is actually the 5-disc 4K box set. It's one of the best box sets that came out last year. It's like, this thing is stinking heavy. But what an iconic film yet again. I mean, here we are, installment number 4, Tom Hardy playing Max, Charlize Theron. Look, we all know this film. We've all seen it. If you haven't seen it, you're probably on the wrong channel. But really, it's the iconic action sequences. It doesn't stop. It doesn't slow down. When it does, it's only for a brief moment, and then you're thrown back into the chaos all over again. I saw this in cinemas, and I lost count how many times I just said, wow, holy smokes, wow, damn, wow. And I have to confess, I kind of have a bit of a guy crush on Tom Hardy as well. You've heard it. I think Tom Hardy's just cool, man. I just, you know, I just think he's great. I just love every film he's in. I think he's talented, and Charlize Theron, say no more. She gave a stellar performance, but behind all this, it's George Miller's heart to deliver some great, iconic Australian cinema with some amazing set pieces, action, storylines, you name it. This was just brilliant. It would have been film of the year for me if I was reviewing back then, easily. So there you go.
Same.
It is.
I think it's
a banger.
Yeah. I think it's the best Mad Max film as well. I think it's an absolute masterpiece.
Agree.
Yeah,
I like the next one too.
Yeah.
The next one.
Wicked.
I did too, but not as much as Fury Road. Like everyone's different on Furiosa.
If you didn't like Fury Road, and you like the next one, it makes you want to watch Fury Road again.
Correct.
Yeah, because they show you bits at the end of Fury Road. Yeah.
It was good.
And it makes it all make sense as well. So makes it all make sense. So that's a good fucking pick. Good pick.
Nice, mate.
I am going to get my New Zealand. I'm going to get my fish and chips out of the way. They're probably sitting at home freaking cursing me if anyone's
throwing chips at the screen.
Yeah.
You just offended them.
Heavy hitter.
Going once, Warriors, fellas. If any New Zealand movie was going to get picked first, it has to be with Jake the Muss. This is a hard-hitting film. A very, very hard-hitting film. It is so real that if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it, but Jake the Muss, the dad, he's a drunk. And he loves his family. And you can see when you watch it, he's not a real prick to his family, except when he beats his wife up. But he's not really like that much of a prick. He loves his family. He's just an alco. And it's only so much you can take. And then with other stuff that happens, I don't want to give away anything. But a lot of stars in this as well. So like, as you see, he's become the Mandalorian. You've seen Uncle Bully, who becomes in Walking Dead. Walking Dead, is it? Fear the Walking Dead. A lot of them really made names for themselves in this where they started. So this is a really hard-hitting movie. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to give away anything, but really is. There's a real good scene in the pub. His boys will know near the end. Really good scene in the pub. And the last thing I'm going to say about this, if you haven't seen it, because I don't want to give too much away, if you don't finish watching this movie and have a song in your head going, "What's the time, Mr. Wolf? What's the time?" You didn't enjoy it. You didn't enjoy it. So what do you think of the Once a Warrior, boys?
I think it's the best. For me, it's the best Kiwi film ever made. And there's also two great scenes in the pub, and the other one is near the beginning where he beats the shit out of that prick, and then he goes,
At the jukebox?
all weights and no speed work, useless prick. And it's like, this film is, again, it's a masterpiece, and like, it's a heavy hitter, and the girl who plays Grace is fantastic. Cliff Curtis is fantastic. Rena Owen is as Temuera, or as Jake the Moss's wife, is absolutely, she is the heart of the film. And but Temuera Morrison, I've met so many blokes like this in my life, and he plays it to perfection, the character, and and he's such a lovely guy in real life that you could, you see him on interviews and see him talking about stuff, and he's the most loveliest guy. But his performance in this is one of a kind again. So
I know I've said it before, but it really is a film you only need to watch once, and you'll never forget it. In the video store days, this was massively popular, and I watched it as a teenager, and it totally crushed me, if I'm brutally honest. Because it's just so hard hitting, and like you guys have already said the word, it feels real, it feels raw, very believable. There's nothing unrealistic about this film whatsoever. Just a little side note as well, if you do watch this film, there is also a sequel which was released in the 90s called What Becomes of the Broken Hearted. Not as good as the original, but still has some really good merits as a sequel as well. But again, this was a really strong performance from Temuera Morrison, who, who would have thought, here he is doing Star Wars as Boba Fett, amongst other things he's doing as well. So, I mean, it really was incredible for his career. It really was huge.
I gotta say before I do my next pick, the very opening scene of the movie, I don't know how long ago it was you watched it, but I totally forgot. And I watch this every year. It pans on the beautiful New Zealand, right? Beautiful New Zealand, and then the camera pans across, and then it goes to the slumps and the dirty streets and all that. And it was just a billboard showing the beautiful side of New Zealand, and then we're in the slumps, we're in the hood of New Zealand. So, but I couldn't tell you whereabouts and all that because I don't know too much about NZ, but they're part of the Anzac, so we've got them today. My next pick, I'm picking this just to piss Adsey off.
I know.
Feeling the anger.
But I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love this
movie. You better if you're picking it.
I really love this movie.
Don't pick it.
I have to pick it next because I know Adsey would have got to pick it. So I got Two Hands from 1999.
Nice.
From 1999. I know how much Adsey loves this movie as well, but this is fantastic. If you haven't watched this in ages, basic storyline: Heath Ledger takes a job with some crooked people and loses the money, and he's on the run now from these gangsters. Basically, basic, simple, mini little Australian love story in there, mate. Australian love story. At the same time, if you want a little bit of that, but not too much. But Heath Ledger's young in this, like. Is he teenager? He's teenager.
He's either 19 or early 20s. Yeah.
So, WA boy. Yep, WA boy. And, bloody, if you haven't seen this is brilliant. And there's a bank robbing scene. I'm not going to say anything else, but there's a bank robbing scene where they try to get the money back so they can pay back. And I'm not going to say anything else. You need to watch this. This is a brilliant movie. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Very cool. I don't like being in the middle because I have so many movies I want to pick and talk about, but you're making me pick only one. You boys are mean. I was going to pick a film, but I've decided not to because I've picked it previously in another episode. So I'm giving you boys a chance here, right? That's love.
Yep.
But I am going to take a banger of a film that I give 5-star review. This is one of my favorite Australian films. This is one of my favorite Australian horror films. It is brutal as hell. And when it came out, this film was just talking.
I know what it is.
Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek. Yeah.
I have to pull out the big guns. Sorry. This is actually one of those Via Vision release lenticular covers, so you can sort of see the reflection and everything like that.
Yeah.
The clouds are moving.
Sorry?
The clouds are moving. You're not stoned at home. The clouds are actually moving.
But look, I really love Wolf Creek. I mean, again, it doesn't probably need a lot of explaining on it, but the primary villain is just so disturbing, creepy, menacing, and just gross in every way possible. And you sincerely cheer for the leads on, even if you don't agree their choices and decisions. A very minor plug. I was very honoured to actually interview Nathan Phillips to talk about this film when Via Vision actually released it as well. So if you go to Walkden Entertainment and go to interviews, Nathan Phillips, I had an interview with him to talk about this, and that was a real honour for me because I really love Nathan Phillips and the movies he starred in, a lot of Australian films, but in particular just, what it was like to make this film is really fascinating. So there's a side note for you. But yeah, just gritty tone, unsettling. No wonder this got a sequel and more coming, just a great film for Australian cinema.
Yeah. It's I saw it at the movie. Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. I saw it at the movies and literally, I saw it at night and going in the car, I was looking all around everywhere, I was and the second you get in the car, you look at the back seat. It's got that effect. And John Jarrett's performance, I mean, come on. It doesn't get much scarier.
That laugh.
Right.
Brilliant pick. I didn't think you were going to, that was going to get picked yet. Bastards.
I'm full of mystery.
Yeah, you got a freaking good list so far. Adsey, you got 2 in a row.
I'm loving this already, being on one of the sides anyway to get 2 picks. I've been the salami too often.
Yeah, you're always
that's right.
Not just on the show in real life as well. I'm joking.
I'm dressed like a salami tonight too. So there you go.
No, I love the colours. Queenslander, mate.
He's got the Queensland colours here, mate.
I'm going with one that Pete's picked before.
Okay, I'm going to hold it. Let's see if you do it. Let's go.
All right. I think it's the one that he's thinking of, and it's called...
mercy on you.
Yeah, it's called What We Do in the Shadows. And I think, I think...
New Zealand.
Yeah. It's from... Look, guys. It's from New Zealand, and it's one of my favourites of all time. And I just got a few words to talk about it with you boys about. So, with this one, that's all I'm doing. Right, with this one, I just lost my shit. It's so dry. Yeah. It's so funny. Taika, Jermaine Clement, I mean, they just smash it, right? And, you can call it a horror comedy, but I call it a full-blown comedy. But it's got horror elements in it, of course, but they're funny elements. But it's about a bunch of vampires who are living in this day and age, but they've been alive for a long time. And, and you got one called Pete who he doesn't talk. He just groans. And he lives behind a tablet. And I mean, and the Beast, Jermaine's the Beast is one of the funniest characters of all time. And you've got the werewolves, not swearwolves, and it's just it's like the film you whack on if you're having a bad day. Again, it's one of my go-tos of that. And just when the cops come. And they're all hiding, and the cops are sitting there going, "You got some piping up there that needs to be fixed." It's just funny shit. And
it's non-stop gags, man. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's so good.
And the ending.
Don't forget about the chop.
Yeah. And the ending with the reenactment what happened with and they're all naked of the wolves and shit. I mean, I'll be going about this one. With the swearwolves and Nick cracks me up. His character, where he's the one that they change, and he's like, they're fucking worms. What the fuck? And and when he starts eating chips and he starts spewing up blood, and it's like,
that's my favorite part of the movie.
I could go on forever. Yeah, no.
Easily, if you need a laugh, that's the movie. You just put in, sit down, don't bother googling it, just watch it. Go buy it on Blu-ray. It's so funny, and just I think I said it last time. Brilliant concept, but just so well done, and everyone's having fun, and you're a part of that fun. It's so infectious. Even Taika just sitting there going, like, it's hilarious to me. Just these little grins and it's just so good.
And now he hooks up with the granny at the end.
Yes. It's got so many great moments in it, and it's quotable, and but I'm glad I gave that one up and you picked it, so well deserved.
No, cheers, mate.
And you've got a New Zealand one on the board, bro.
That's
I've got a Kiwi one. And I love it.
What's your number 3, man?
Thank you, Pete. I've got my second favourite Aussie film of all time. You got that wrong, big fella. Thank you. Two Hands is my third for sure. My second favourite Aussie film is Animal Kingdom. And for me, I mean, the first time I saw this, it was just like, whoa. And it's like a Michael Mann film, but done in Australia by David Michaud, and and the screenplay to this is just brilliant. And Ben Mendelsohn, talk about, like, you got Eric Bana and you got Benny, they're on the same level of scariness, and Ben Mendelsohn, I know I've said this a million times on the movie draft, but he's my favourite Aussie actor. But he's fantastic in it. But the whole cast is Jackie Weaver. She got a freaking Oscar nom, which is pretty hard to do for an Australian in an Australian film, and she bloody deserved it. You've got Sullivan Staples, I think it's Stapleton, as one of the brothers. You've got Luke Ford as another. They're just fantastic. Joel Edgerton, absolutely spectacular. But the kid, James Freshfield as Jay, he's just fantastic. And this film has truly got Godfather vibes from the beginning to the end. And the cinematography, the direction, again, I could go on. I'm not going to. All I'll say is that if you like Michael Mann, who did Collateral, he did Heat, he did Thief, Last Mohicans, if you like his sort of films, you're going to love this movie, right? And it's just Australian to a T, but it's just and it's also based on a famous case in the 80s called about the Wall Street, it's called the Wall Street shootings, where they literally lured cops to a certain place, and I won't go into it, but it's a real case. But the film isn't, the rest of the film is just, that segment is based on a real thing that happened. Disgusting thing that happened, but the rest of the film is not a true story. But I love this film so much.
It's a must-watch for anything Australian cinema or Australian movies. It's got to be on the top of your list. In fact, if you would ask me what are the top 5 films I should watch that are Australian, that would definitely be among them.
Thanks,
very good pick, man. Everyone has a great performance in that film. You've already said it. There's nothing I can really say other than I really enjoyed it as well. And I think it's so hard-hitting and gripping too, man. It's great.
You won't look away. Easily. You just keep watching it and enjoy. Just don't watch I don't know about you, but I hated the freaking TV series, the American.
It's shit.
Oh, my God. Oh, fuck.
That's sad.
No.
Yeah. That made me angry. It was horrible. Horrible.
It takes the piss out of the movie. If you like the movie.
California, dude. California, dude. We're all living with Mar, man.
Yeah. But if you like the movie, don't watch the TV show. I'm telling you. Yeah.
And if you are American watching this, love America. But watch the Australian. Watch the Australian movie first, please.
Yeah.
Pete, what do you got as number 3, man?
Okay, so we've had a bit of action. We've had a bit of horror. Let's have a bit of comedy, shall we? And a bit of New Zealand, right?
Oh,
how about a bit of Hunt for the Wilderpeople?
Oh, beauty.
16.
I've not seen this.
Oh, Taika Waititi, yet again, this time behind the camera, obviously. This is a really good film, not just as a comedy or for its wackiness, but just for its heart and just for the adventure and just for the good spirit that it's got going on with it. It's just, I don't know. I watched this with my wife, and we were just continually laughing, and you can tell that this is Taika Waititi again, just throwing lines of dialogue to the characters. And Sam Neill is absolutely great in this film. There are so many characters. I won't spoil too much, but there's a woman who's from Child Services, and she really, for me, steals the film quite a lot with her lines of dialogue and just being witty and things like that. And there's just so many good quotes and things like that all the way through it as well. So get on it.
What about the funeral scene?
What's that? Sorry, the what?
The funeral scene where Taika's up there, and that's not just funny; it's moving as hell with Sam. But that whole sequence, it's just like you say, it's Taika to a T. Yeah.
This is where the fat kid has to go live with friggin' Sam Neill, out in the bush. Yeah, I've seen this. This was either on Netflix or Binge, one of the two. I watched it.
And the two go on the run, and obviously they're being chased and hunted. And there's all these rumors going around about them, and it was just a really good, fun film. And you're just sitting there and you're just enjoying the adventure, the chemistry between these two strangers who are suddenly starting to bond and develop something. And, at the same time, you've got these child services agents who, are making references about the Terminator and talking about Ricky Bobby doing graffitiing and stealing stuff. And that's just the things we know about right now. And it's just so snappy and it's just so funny. And, the kid calls his dog Tupac and all this stuff. It's just funny. It's just great. It's if you've seen it once and probably didn't resonate with you, go watch it again, because I think it's actually very well made and very funny, and it's got a bit of action even at the end too, which is a bit ridiculous, but just a fun film, lighthearted, great story. It was so fun. I thought it was great. Love it.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Yeah,
good pick.
Totally
good pick. For your NZ1A.
There you go. There's a bingo card happening tonight.
I'm going. I'm going one from 1993. Some people will want this on their box set. Some people will say, "What the fuck are you doing picking this?" But
I'm curious.
1993. I'm going Bad Boy Bubby.
You're a good boy, Bubby.
You're a good boy, Bubby. You're a good boy.
Of course you would. What am I thinking?
Yeah, Bubby likes them tits.
I got to confess, I have not seen this movie yet. I know lots about it. But continue, sorry. I haven't seen it.
I love this
movie. You weren't
movie.
looking glad you're after the same way again, mate.
So Bubby spent 30 years trapped in the same small room, a small little room, tricked by his mum. And she puts on a gas mask when she goes out, and then she roots him and all that as well. So you see, you see her riding freaking Bubby at the start. Oh, you're a good boy, Bubby. Yeah, Bubby like them tits. He escapes. He escapes the house, and he thinks that it's all poisonous outside and all that. And he wraps things up in Glad wrap, and away he goes. And this movie is about Bubby, who is 35 years old, whatever he is, and he's exploring the world. He's exploring Australia. He becomes a great singer for a rock band, which is just hilarious. I don't even think it's supposed to. Is it supposed to be funny? I think it's funny.
I think so, yeah. Absolutely. I don't know about it.
It's just one of my favorite Australian movies of all time. It is just insane. I love it. If you haven't seen Bad Boy Bubby, please watch it.
From what I know of, if you don't laugh at it, you're going to be shocked at it. And I think the film's intending to do both. To be, to be highly different, to be something that you've never seen in Australia before. If you laughed, what a win. If you were shocked and disgusted, what a win. you know, that's the vibe I get from this film. And Umbrella released it on Blu-ray as a beyond genre, you know, category, and a great fitting for that film from what I know of as well.
Yeah.
So there you go. Sorry, Adsey, up to you, man.
Nah, so good.
No, I was just going to say that if you can't, like the opening 40 minutes are meant to be as disgusting as they are. No, I'm dead serious, right? Because it leads to the comedy in the second part of the film, or the middle part of the film. And then the third part is completely different as well. It's very original, but I mean, it's meant to be like, I can't watch it with a straight face, you know. It's so. But the first 40 minutes, I mean, if you're not disgusted, I mean, that's the whole point of that. Exactly what Pete said. You know, you're meant to be shocked. You're meant to laugh.
Yeah,
you're meant to be doing that. You know, it's a black comedy. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah. It is definitely black, and he loves his cat.
Pizza for cat.
He really loves his cat. Fucking cat. I'm going. I'm going to make a decision here. I'm going to go. I'm going to go with a movie which is going to be weird for my box set to have a serious movie that was a true story in Australia put in, but I feel like it needs to go in because I think people need to watch this one. It's got 2 titles. This movie from 1988. It's got 2 titles. It's either called, in Australia it was called Evil Angels, and in America it was called A Cry in the Dark. So we got it called Evil Angels. It's called Cry in the Dark in America. If you don't know what I'm talking about, they could rename it as A Dingo's Got Me Baby. This is this is full on. Look, it can get, if you're not into some of these 80s movies that are where they tried to make a true story, this can get a little bit boring if you don't know the story. In this, with some of the court cases and all that, but I know a lot about this case, and I loved this movie. I loved what they tried to do. Sam Neill was great. Meryl Streep, she tried her Aussie accent. She tried. And it was convincing at some bits, but at some bits she was why they keep asking these things. There was some
speaking of comedy.
Some bits where she's talking like, well, did they find the jumpsuit that it was wearing? But
great choice. I love this film. Sorry, Rob.
I do. I love it. And I'm glad I found it at the op shop because I've been trying to find this to buy as well. This is
very
just a really sad Australian story. I hope if I ever get to be a film director and make movies, if I was going to make one serious movie, now that since this has been out, and then 20 years later that they've found more and more evidence and they've pardoned Mrs. Chamberlain and all that, I would take it to the next level, but I would probably not have as much dingo in it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, do you know what I'm saying? You don't need less is more with that part. And really what the family went through and all that, and maybe film it with her time in jail, because we never really hear about all that, where she had to go to jail when she was pregnant.
You'd absolutely do that, because we know more now than we did back then. And you definitely go to Fremantle Prison and you do all that story as well, and you do the lot, you know, and just show lots of facets to the story. You know, it wouldn't just be a courtroom drama. You could do a little bit about the.
I would bugger all the courtroom stuff off, and I'd really have it about her story, about the mum's story and what the mum went through and all that type of stuff. So that's what I would do, my take of it. But if you haven't seen this, this is good. Sam Neill, why'd you feed the freaking dingo sausages? But,
it attracted that was a dumb move.
It attracted them.
Definitely a launch a GoFundMe to direct that. I reckon you got some backers there, man. Easily.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. That'd be something that I'd love to do one day after I make all my horror ones. But
you could get Tom Cruise to play the Sam Neill character, and
I'll get fuck all. I'll get fucking. He can play the dingo, so we can shoot it.
Poor Cruisey, baby.
That's my one. Anyway, did you guys spin out when you because you would have had it at the video store as well? It was Evil Angels for us, but then some of the copies were friggin' A Cry in the Dark, and you're like, what section do I put it in?
Yeah. I was as a kid, I was like, oh, they're two different films, because I was a young kid when it came out, and I was like,
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't remember even being in the video shop back in the day. That's how rare I knew about that one. When
I remember seeing it on TV for the first time when I was a kid, before I even knew the story about it. And then, and I actually don't like when shows do the whole Dingo's got my baby, because even though we say it because we're Aussie, but I hate it when other countries do it, because that poor baby, that poor kid, that poor kid, and that poor mum, what she went through, Mrs. Chamberlain. But anyway. But it is a good saying of Dingo's got me baby. But
Sam Neill's actually been very vocal about how frustrated he gets when he hears that as well in an interview. So, stand by that as well. 100%.
Same. Yeah.
I feel so sorry for her. I know we say it sometimes, but I hate it on TV shows when it's always in stuff, and I'm like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it, man, or I'll get bad boy Bubby on you.
Yeah.
Your fourth pick, Pete?
There are so many films that I could easily bring up, but I'm going for a action, horror. I'm making a bit of a fun little box set here that we had a bit of comedy. What about one that you can have some snuggles with? We might light some candles and put some roses around the house, and you might want a bit of quality time with your missus or with your partner, whatever. How about you want to be with your enemy and just date them every once in a while? You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Dating the Enemy. This is a really cool collection set that was released from Umbrella Entertainment. Do you know what? I have a bit of a soft spot for this film. I'm not a big rom-com guy. I'm really not. It takes a lot for me to really enjoy a rom-com and have a laugh and have some fun. In the 90s, man, this was a big one. And
it was.
Video Easy was
Video
Easy was big on this movie. In fact, we had the whole get it first time, get it free kind of slab on that one. We had nearly 100 of these things, and I remember watching it, and I just fell in love with like Claudia Carvin's performance, Guy Pearce's performance. I thought the body swap concept, it's been done, it's been flogged, but for some reason, this feels really new and this feels really fresh. And rewatching it recently on Blu-ray, I still have the occasional chuckle and giggle at some of the things that these guys have to deal with. They're not just dealing with a woman being in a man's body. They've got to deal with their life, their work, the people around them, their annoying friends, and just the list sort of goes on. And from this, they sort of learn to appreciate one another and be in their shoes and know what it's like to be them and what they're going through whether it's as a woman or as a guy or as their work life is stressful, whatever. I think both performances are great. And I was a kid in high school doing drama and acting, and this film was a really big inspiration for me because I think it was really, really convincing what they put on screen. And it's not a 5 out of 5 for me, but I think it's worthwhile watching if you've never seen it and you're looking for a comedy with a bit of a romantic spin on it. So talk to me, boys. What do you reckon?
Good choice. I haven't seen it for a long time, and they used to play this on TV all the time on a Sunday night.
Yes.
Once every 3 months or every 2 months, it was always one of the Sunday night movies. But I haven't seen it in ages. Good pick, man. I need to watch it again to sharpen up on everything. But
it's fun as. I mean, it does what it says on the tin. You've got. And I still do. I massive crush on Claudia Carvin, Love My Way is one of my favorite all-time shows. But she's fantastic in it. Guy Pearce, and it's the whole body swap thing, and it's just it's so much fun, And they wake up as each other one day, and it's exactly what you want out of this sort of film, And it's just fun, and it's funny as well, And I think they're both. I love Guy Pearce and anything, and he was great.
If you don't like Guy Pearce, you've got problems. I don't care if you freaking don't like me after saying it, but if you don't like Guy Pearce, you've got problems. He's freaking awesome.
I seriously 100%. Agree with Rob on that one.
I bet you he's probably funny. A nice dude too. He's probably he seems like a genuine person, not like Tom.
It's funny because there are so many films I could have picked as my number 4, and probably better films. 100%. There's horror films, there's whatever. But I just thought it was really funny to throw something from the 90s that we don't talk about very often or appreciate. And, just the concept was so well done. but this was done in the 90s, and I just felt like bringing it up. So maybe it's a bit personal. I got something from it, but I just think it's worth checking out if you've never seen it, because it is very good, very clever.
Good pick, man.
There you go.
Great pick. Yeah. No.
Good box set as well. Hey, honey, what are we going to watch after Wolf Creek? Please just put something else on like that again, honey.
All of it, because this box set is the bomb.
Right. Well, I'm going.
You got 2 in a row, man.
It's my 4 and 5, yeah?
Yep.
I'm going with Peter Jackson's Brain Dead, a.k.a. in America, a.k.a. Dead Alive. I've got to have some horror up in here somewhere.
Yeah.
And for me, this is one of the most gory, blood-soaked films ever made. And it always has a soft spot in my heart because of that freaking VHS cover where it's popping out. And, it's just, and the film is just so much fun. You know, I mean, if you can stomach it, because there's so much graphic violence in it. But I mean,
the lawnmower.
The rat monkey shit. No, it's what put Peter Jackson on the map for me. And then there's some other beauties that I won't say until we finish. But it's just so much fun and bloody, and I love all the actors in it. They're all great, and it's just like this indie film that could, and it really nailed everything it was trying to do, which was disgust you, but also it's hilarious. So, and like you look at Peter Jackson's career now, like what he's accomplished, you know, and he was doing all sorts back in the somewhere. Exactly, and he was doing all sorts in the 90s, but this one really stands out to me, and I just have a blast with it when I watch it. And Rob literally put it back on my. I think we talked about it in another show, and he put it back on my radar, and I watched. And I watched your review, and I watched it again, and I was like, this is an absolute belter. So thank you, buddy boy. And,
oh, dude! And Grandma's eating her soup, and bits of her face are falling off, and her ears falling off, and shit like that in the soup, and it's all because of a freaking a rabid monkey rat, a rat monkey or whatever it is.
Rat monkey
bites the mum, and then that's how the zombies things start. Brilliant movie. I actually fucking forgot that was. I forgot that was in New Zealand. I forgot that was in New Zealand because it's in the New Zealand Zoo.
Yeah. I'm trying to do Aussie Kiwi sort of thing, and then finish with an Aussie. Yeah, but I love check out Rob's review on it because he absolutely smashes it. It's what made me want to watch it again because I'd seen it twice probably in my life, and now it's on rotation. It's so much fun. If you're a horror nut like us, you got to check it out.
You got
all right. Last but definitely not least, I'm going to go. I know there's so many Aussie classics. I'm actually going to go with. I'm going to go with the original Mad Max.
Nice.
Now, why I'm picking this one is watching it again. Just Mel in it. Mel is fantastic in this film, and it's the start of Max. You know, and like. It's just such a it's just got so many awesome vibes. There's so many. Watching it again because I did the whole trilogy. I bought them all on 4K, and I did the whole trilogy, the original trilogy, and then obviously for me, Fury Road's in another world than the first three, but. The original, it's just got like the punk sort of vibes, like that opening car chase, you know, and you've got Hugh Keys in it. I can't remember his full name, but he's fantastic, and he's like Bubba, Johnny, and there's just so many classic lines in this film, and the whole revenge story as well, where and there's so much chemistry between Mel and his missus, and when what happens, you know, and Mel's so believable as this badass, you know, when the shit goes down, you know, and he's just standing in the middle of the highway, and it's like with his leather jacket, and it's like and he's got his interceptor, and it's just there's not much more. And George's driving scenes in this, they're just so awesome and so like new for the time. And like no one had ever seen anything like that before. And I find it like so rewatchable and it's like 90 minutes and it just flies and I have so much fun with it. But I'm not saying it's better than any of the other ones. I'm just saying I really like it and I really rewatch it a lot. And the 4K's out, so go check it out in 4K. It looks specky, and it's a phenomenal film.
Is there some sort of a betting going on? You got to say phenomenal.
No,
nope.
I smell some foul play.
Does it look good on 4K?
It looks stunning, mate. Yeah, it doesn't like ruin it. They usually sometimes they can. Pete knows this. Sometimes they can add stuff that wasn't there before. But with this remaster, they use the original camera negative. So it's literally what people saw on the big screen, except just amped up into 4K. And it's spectacular looking. So highly recommend.
I only saw a little bit of it, but what I did see was pretty cool. And the cool thing with Mad Max 4Ks is obviously the new, audio tracks that are coming with these things are pretty good. I saw the entire second one with the Atmos track, and that's a pretty tasty one as well. Getting distracted, but yes, if you love Mad Max, the 4Ks are worth the upgrade. I'm not going to lie about that. They are worth doing indeed, 100%.
Yeah, no two ways about it.
There you go. So I got a movie left to talk about. Now we've gone horror, comedy. You're going through the genres. I got two films in my head. I got one that's actually a good pick, but I've got one that's a new genre I'm going to introduce tonight, and it's called the genre that you got to have in your box set, and it's called Piss Off Rob movie. a movie that's just gonna piss off Rob. He's never gonna buy this box set, but I find humor and joy to speak about this film. So this is for you, Rob. I'm doing this for you. I could talk about a good film, but
Tom Cruise wasn't in any of Australian movies, so go on.
You want to? Well, it's set in Australia. It's set in Australia, not made in Australia. In Mission Impossible 2, secret agent and spy Ethan Hunt.
It was made in Australia.
Yeah, it's in Sydney, bro.
Yeah.
He must accompany someone.
Hold on. I haven't seen. So this is based in Australia. It's actually in Australia.
It's based in Australia, and it was filmed in Australia.
There you go. So it's not.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, fucking in Australia. Why is he here?
2000. He's going to Google it.
I thought you said, "Why is he here?"
If I have upset the judges of the panel, I'm happy to pick another film. But my fifth film, if we're doing tradition on the show, the fifth film is always something that's a little left field.
It is
a little random.
You just wanted a Tom Cruise.
Totally, Zoolander 2 here, or So, but yes, Ethan Hunt is riding a motorbike, shooting bad dudes, and you can see the Sydney Harbour in the background while Cruisy Baby's doing midget flips and all sorts. And directed by John Woo. But in all seriousness...
Never watched it. I've never watched it.
Look, I'll say...
You got to check it out.
I'll say this much, right? Adsey, I connect with Adsey when he says, when he saw American Werewolf in Paris, was it? You said you love that film. The sequel. You said you saw the sequel in cinemas and you thought it was the coolest film.
I saw it. I didn't really love it, but I thought it was
all right.
Good. I love
but then you watch it when you're older, and it's not as good. The moral of the story is, when I was a little kid watching a John Woo film, and these Ethan Hunt's got long hair flying around, and the stunts and Woo action everywhere, I actually thought this was a ripper of a film. And as a teenager, like I saw it twice in cinemas, I thought this was jaw-dropping experience. It was huge. The action was unexpected, blah, 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 blah. But in all seriousness, it was a really good film. Not as much in the present day because the effects don't hold up. The plot's pretty tedious. But, sorry, Rob, it is set in Australia.
And filmed. And it's an Australian movie.
I
Got you good.
I got the need for speed. Fuck off, dickhead. It's like when you said when you get older and then you realize he's a douchebag.
But even as a kid, it was amazing to see Sydney on the big screen. Again, it wasn't common to see big films in Australia like that. It was kind of new and fresh for us back in the day, man. So
I want to watch them, but I just can't. He's freaking I see him and I just go, oh, fuck him.
But it's not serious though, right? This film could have been in now. It's so bad, it's good films. This film's at like an 8 or a 9 on the crazy, awesome, funny, like over the top scale. But it's so much fun.
When they finish doing all these fucking Mission Impossible part 110, where it freaking combines with the Fast and the Furious, and it's fucking Tom Cruise fucking driving a car with fucking Vin Diesel, and then it's a spin-off. It's a spin-off together, and then they go into space, and then they're like, "Oh, bro, I need the Need for Space, bro." Then I'll watch it.
I need a 10-second spaceship.
Well, look,
I still love Katie Holmes, bro.
He's rumored to be doing Days of Thunder Part 2, so you can get excited for that as well.
I can't wait for that one, mate. I love Days of Thunder.
I honestly had that just for you, Rob. I hope you appreciate that.
I know you did.
Seriously.
One day I'll watch them all. One day I'll watch them all. But good pick. No, good stuff. Because that leaves the best Australian movie of all time left for my last pick, because I know you boys weren't going to pick it. Because I have to pick, which I can't find. Someone please release it for me at a decent price. Or on Blu-ray, that'd be great. Fortress from 1985
of course.
with Rachel Ward. Boys, I haven't talked about this enough. I haven't talked about this at all on this show. One of the greatest Australian movies of all time. Would you like me to get into it? Cool. All right, sweet. So this is about survival. This is about courage. This is about getting together after getting kidnapped by Santa Claus, a cat and a duck. This is out in the old outback and the old classroom. There's only one classroom because all the years are put together, and Rachel Ward is the school teacher, and little Billy. Little Billy's looking out the window one day, and he's having a little look-skis, and he's like, "Miss, Santa Claus is outside." And she's like, "Oh, stop it, Billy. Sit down. Sit down, Billy. Stop being ridiculous." And then the other kids stand up, and they go, "Miss, I see Santa Claus is out there as well, and then this duck character, and then the mouse and all that as well." And she's like, "Oh, children, sit down. This is not real." And then all of a sudden, there's fucking Santa with a shotgun. And all these criminals, they capture the classroom. They put them in the back of the van. They take him out to a cave. They freaking make him go in the cave. Oh, but robbers! What are the kids going to eat for lunch? Here's the school bags, miss. Here's all the school bags. They can eat all the sandwiches. Oh, thank you. Brilliant. Freaking brilliant. They start a fire in there. How do they start a fire? Because old fucking Billy's got a lighter because he freaking smokes and he hasn't told anyone, but now he's not in trouble because he's got a lighter and he got to start a fire. This is great. But I'm not going to tell you how they escape. I'm not going to tell you how they escape because you need to watch this one because Santa Claus is bad. And it goes on. But this is great. Rachel Ward, brilliant actress. Adsey loves this movie. This is one of my favourites of all time.
Everyone's asking at home, when does Christopher Lambert come into the film?
No, not that Fortress. Not that Fortress. Raiden's not in it.
But that was filmed in Australia, no, wasn't it? Fortress with Christopher Lambert.
Okay, I think so. This is an Australian movie with Santa Claus with a shotgun.
That's right. To clarify, this is a different Fortress.
This is a different Fortress. That's why I said Fortress 1985.
That's right.
I love this movie.
You did. Sorry.
Please watch it. Someone release it on Blu-ray. I need to own this.
Rob has promoted this film so many times. I'm going to be watching it. I'm pretty sure this year it's going to happen.
Yeah. This is my favourite Australian movie. It's actually my favourite Australian movie.
Rob told me the story about it, and you lost my shit like I just did again.
Just so
I instantly watched it, and Rob's analysis of the film is way better than the actual film.
Yes, always is.
No shit, like it always cracks me up. But the film is funny as, but I mean, no one does a better review of it than Rob. So yeah,
no, it's the same with Red
Sit
Sonja.
down, Billy. It's up there with Red Sonja. All right,
it's the same thing.
let me put up on the screen all the box sets. We've got some bloody good box sets here. Adsey's got Chopper, What We Do in the Shadows, bastard. Animal Kingdom, Brain Dead, I forgot about that. And Mad Max. That's a fucking good box set, man.
Well done,
really
Adsey.
good box set.
cheers, boys.
Chopper as well, you prick. And of course you had to get friggin' first pick this episode out of all the episodes. Pete got Fury Road, Wolf Creek, stole that one from me. Hunt for the Wilder People, Dating the Enemy, and Mission Impossible, Tom
Chaos.
Cruise.
That's
2.
solid. That's a fucking solid.
That's it. You know it. First go, bro.
But it's also got some awesome Metallica music in it as well. And
I know the We Disappear. That was a fucking awesome.
It is a good film. You need to watch the film, man. It is a good film. It's not complete
it's
trash.
great.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's just a coincidence you hate Tom Cruise.
I'll have to when we do a Tom Cruise episode, but it's not happening until I come last 1 year. And then I'll be on the next other series, and then I have to freaking sit down and watch all these bloody movies. And my list is Once Were Warriors, bro. Two Hands, Bad Boy Bubby. I love you, Bubby. Evil Angels, Dingo's Got Me Baby, and Fortress, Sit Down Billy.
Again, smash it up, mate. Yeah,
Do you want some honourable mentions?
Good friggin' list. Yeah, let's do some quick ones. Oh man,
I've got Heavenly Creatures. I'll just do a couple of ones. I've got Getting Square. Brilliant film. I've got Romper Stomper. I've got The Piano. I've got Dead Calm. I've got Snowtown. Yeah. I've got the Road Warrior. I've got I got Muriel's Wedding, and I've got The Boys.
Very cool.
Boys.
You go, Rob.
Yes.
David Wenham.
Yeah, fantastic.
Did you say Castle?
Oh no, I
didn't say Castle.
No.
That was on my list.
So I got 4 other ones here. I absolutely love Samson and Delilah. I don't know if you've ever seen this Aboriginal movie.
No,
I freaking love this movie. Really good film. Not much talking in it. I absolutely love this movie as well, Rabbit Proof Fence. I really, really like this film. I've watched it heaps and heaps of times. Sad story. Don't know if you've ever seen this horror before, this Australian one, but this is a friggin' banger. The Loved Ones. I don't know if you've ever seen the Loved Ones. Kind of reminds me of Chainsaw Massacre when he's at the table. And my last New Zealand one that I would have picked, but I knew Adsey would have got pissed off if I picked an animation, but would have been Foot Rot Flats.
Oh,
yes. Yes. That was on my list.
Because everyone loves the song. Everyone loves the song.
Stop throwing shade at me. I wouldn't have cared.
If I wasn't trying to tick Rob off, this was originally my 5th one, and it was going to be The Dish, because I think The Dish is definitely
I haven't seen that in ages.
Nice.
Great soundtrack, great feels, great comedy. BMX Bandits, come on, people. Australian, it's all about it.
It's wicked.
Cozzy's great. Cozzy's great. We don't talk about this one enough. Bird Eater, which is a new release from Umbrella Entertainment.
Yeah, it was great.
Haven't seen that.
Talk to Me, Say No More.
Yes.
This one's a lot of fun too. The Man from Hong Kong, I think, is also worth speaking about. I also had titles like Shine, Picnic at Hanging Rock. I even had Anyone But You for the Sydney Sweeney fans out there. But we've also got Finding Nemo, because obviously that's set in Australia as well. Lantana, Goldstone, Crocodile Dundee, Lion. The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling, also set in Australia with the Harbour Bridge in the background as well. The Royal Hotel, The Hard Word, starring Guy Pearce, and Police Story 4, a.k.a. First Strike, starring Jackie Chan. There's fight scenes with him at Underwater World and a few other places as well.
Really?
Australia. Legit. There you go.
There was one other one, but it was too disturbing to put on my list. Adsey would have definitely seen it, I'm pretty sure, called Hounds of Love. And that's about the Bernies.
Yeah,
Which is only-
I'm gonna be showcasing it and reviewing it very shortly.
has it just come out on?
Umbrella have just released it, so yeah, it'll be.
Oh.
I'll be doing that next week. So it's funny you brought that up. Yeah, I think it's a fantastic film
because I liked that movie. That's very disturbing.
It's weird. Yeah.
Let's do the. I know it's wrong. I was going to say I'll drive you and film you, and we can do it at the front of the house because it's around. It's probably wrong to do that. The old Bernie's house or whatever. So I'll scratch that out. That's bad.
It's a good thought.
Where did that come from?
Don't do the review where the murders happened at the front of the fucking house. That's wrong.
Please don't.
It was kind of that's a bad idea. Pretty bad idea. Now, because we're doing this as an Australian episode, the greatest Australian wrestler of all time, who still wrestles now in New South Wales, he goes to different countries to wrestle, and he wrestles back here in Perth. I am good friends with him. I was in the wrestling company where we wrestled when we were a lot younger. Is the Australian sensation Craven, and on Ringside Cartel, his new shirt is available, which I've been wearing tonight. I just wanted to show it off because I don't want to advertise people's stuff on here, but this shirt is wicked because he loves Terrifier, and it's a part of his kind of gimmick, and I just wanted to show this shirt off.
I want to see this bad boy. Oh, that's awesome. That's so wicked, mate.
That is awesome. Craven is a great bloke. He's on Instagram as well, and you can see all of his stuff. But go to Ringside Cartel, and you can get this bad boy shirt that looks Terrifier style. And he's also got like a Friday the 13th hockey mask one as well on there, and all that. So he's got he's got some cool stuff. But back to I just wanted to bring that up because he's Australian, and we're doing Australia episodes.
Yeah.
Beautiful, mate.
That's
my
so
Australian thing. But back to Hounds of Love. If you get a spare copy of that, definitely dish that over because that's very disturbing.
I've got one.
Good.
I've got one.
You got it already?
There you go. Yeah, I've already got a copy. Don't worry. You're getting one. There you go.
He's all over it.
It's another one of those Australian movies that's like holy shit like thing. But I don't want to go too long. This episode's going too long. But the other one is because I really loved doing this episode. Fuck it, how long it goes for. But Australian movies, there's so many damn good. There is so many good Australian movies, and I also love The Reef. I really love that shark movie. Finally a shark movie that wasn't shit.
Yes.
But, you know, we could go on all day. We could go on all day about Australian cinema, and the best thing about Australian cinema, boys, is you can get a lot of Australian cinema from Umbrella.
Yeah. 100%. Just look behind Pete.
Yeah, there you go. So you can get a lot from Umbrella. So go over to Umbrella and check out all the Australian movies. But that's all of us done today, Australian and New Zealand movies. Go and vote on the community section and check out all the good stuff on Umbrella, the Australian releases, because there's some good shit. Hounds of Love, didn't know it was coming out on Umbrella, but there you go. Friggin' that's funny that I even brought it up because I loved that movie.
That's weird,
yeah, disturbing though. And like, subscribe, and do what the fuck you want. We'll see you next time. See you.